Lots more work done on my Defiant, guys. I've completed the window lighting, and I've joined and organized a lot of the wires in the bottom half of the hull. The bottom, yeah, the bottom half of the hull. I've completed the Bassard collectors. I might sand this one down a little bit more because I'm getting more of a hot spot than this one, although the camera overexposes that. I still need to put the little strips, the detail strips, over the Bassard collectors, these little thingies. I'll do that very soon. I also have the phaser cannons installed. What I did was, here I used a fiber optic, which I mushroomed at the tip, drilled a hole through, and put it inside a 5mm yellow LED with its own resistor. Same thing on this side. The bottom cannon, I took a larger fiber optic and mushroomed it and just put a small piece there, and inside the cannon housing I put a 805 yellow SMD, glued it in place, and drilled a hole and extracted the wire through. Same thing on this side. So when they're lit, let me show you, they look pretty darn cool. Of course, they're going to be hooked up to the Starling board so that they can fire in rapid sequence as they do in the show. But I can go ahead and show you what they look like. I'll tell you what, I will come back in a minute after it's all hooked up and I'll show you. Be back in a minute. Okay, back after I hooked up the phasers. Let me show them to you, because they do look pretty cool. Okay. Here's the port ones. The lower cannon is bigger than the upper cannon. As you can see, I'm getting a good illumination effect even to the side, good angle, because of the mushrooming of the tip. I expect when I hook them up and they do the rapid fire effect, it'll be very, very cool. I've seen demos of it on the Starling website, and it's nice. In the upper hull, I completed the warp nacelles, and I can go ahead and hook those up too. Let me hook them up so you see them. Be right back. Okay, here they are. I used J. Barron's accurizing kit. As you can see, it adds so much depth to the inside. There's an actual space in there with molded greeblies on the resin itself. The center is composed of frosted plastic strips, which I frosted some more with the hull color, and then I surrounded the area with LED strips and SMDs on the inside. You can see the LED strip right there, and the SMDs are inside in the center to add additional light. The effect is quite realistic. The grills are metal grills. I painted black, and I'm quite pleased with the way it came out. So that's a warp nacelles. More lighting installation on my Defiant. Tonight I've been working on the impulse engines and the photon torpedoes. The impulse engines I am using, again, parts from the Accurizing kit from J. Barron. These are cylinders that he provides with 3 little strips that are glued inside. I have light blocked them with first black primer and then white. He also provides photo etch circular parts which I will paint black, and those go on the inside. The cylinders go here. These are areas that have to be cut out because on the kit they come like that. That's the last one that I haven't cut out, as you can see. That one's cut out. I will install the cylinders there, install the photo etch parts on the inside, and I've decided to use these really cool 5mm flicker LEDs to provide the lighting. That'll give a flicker effect to the impulse engines. I thought it was a nice little touch, and hopefully it'll come out alright. Been working on that. I also installed the photon torpedoes, and I decided that I want them to be photons and quantum torpedoes. This is the top half. You're looking at it upside down because I have it laying on top of the towel here. I mushroomed some 1mm fiber optic fiber after drilling the hole, and I threaded it in and hooked it up to the bicolor LEDs, which are either red or white, and I'm going to hook that up to a small slide switch like I did with the Akira, and that way I can switch back and forth between photons and quantum torpedoes. The photons will be red, the quantum torpedoes will be white. So that's what I've been doing tonight. It's slow, tedious work. You have to be very careful. This fiber optic can be delicate if you're not careful with it. Hopefully I can finish up the impulse engines by tomorrow. Then all that's left is a couple of more navs slash strobes which need to be inserted in those 2 little holes. That's another thing I did tonight. I inserted two more navs slash strobes in the back. Those are cool white 805 SMDs. Now I've been going back and forth looking at several different reference pics. I even went to the Starship Modeler page and looked at the actual studio model, which they took pictures of. Granted, it's not lit, so I don't get a good idea of the lighting, but I did see where all the navigation and strobe lights are, and definitely there are side lights here. Now, in most of the scenes I have seen them at, they are static, they don't blink. So I've decided I'm going to make these static, greens and reds, 2 reds on the port side, 2 greens on the starboard side. As far as which ones will have strobe frequency and which ones will have navigation frequency, I am not completely decided yet. I do want to use both frequencies since the board provides for both of them. I'm guessing I'll probably use this forward one and put it on a strobe frequency so it blinks a little faster, and then the 2 in the back on the top and the 2 on the bottom uh, I will blink at nav light frequency a little slower, and those will probably be my blinking lights on the model. Everything else will be static, and of course the impulse engines will flicker. I think that'll give it a nice effect. Anyway, coming right along on it. I'm very pleased so far. I think this thing's going to look nice. If I can complete all the lighting in the next day or so. What I've got left is two more navs, the impulse engines, and then the colored static navs on both nacelles. And I think that's it. Then just hooking up all the wiring and making sure that it's all ready to go through whatever tubing I finally use, and I might be able to seal this puppy up. Then comes the hard part, which is eliminating all these seams and making them look pretty. Anyway, that's what I got so far. Talk to you later. I completed one of the impulse engines tonight, and let me go through what I did. I ended up using a flickering 5mm red LED. I created a cone. I tried thin styrene, but every time I used CA glue and used a zip kicker, it would crack because of the exothermic reaction that occurs. So I switched over to an index card, just a regular non-line index card, 3x5. I used a Tamiya bottle to make a circle, cut out the circle, cut out about a third of the circle and a hole in the center, and made myself a cone. And I stuck the 5mm LED in it after putting some scotch tape on the cone to hold it in position and shape. And then I used CA glue to glue the whole kit and caboodle together. Bent the wires so they won't interfere when the other half comes down. And lo and behold, got myself an impulse engine, a flickering impulse engine. And it looks pretty cool. I'll be light blocking this whole thing with tulip paint so I don't get any leak of this light through the windows. But overall, I love the effect. So that's how I'm going to do the other side. This is the other cylinder already done. So you can see the part is painted black on the side that faces the observer. So that'll go on this side right there. Oh, I also used a sprue down below to support the cylinder in position, because just gluing it wasn't going to be enough. So there we go. Talk to you later. And here are the two impulse engines. Pulsing and creating a powerful reaction to drive the ship forward. Anyway. More later. Take care.